A while back, I used to be extremely anxious. I would wake up for work. I was a nervous wreck to the point where I almost threw up every morning because I didn't want to go to work. I knew right away that if I continued down that path, I knew I would make myself sick and die. So I started making an effort to help myself. I started listening to motivational speakers. I started listening to lectures, reading a little bit more. And then I came across a guy named Tony Robbins. He said something that really changed my life. He said that nothing in life has meaning except the meaning that you give it. And when I heard that, man, I was like, wait a minute. So when something happens to me, I immediately attach a meaning to it. And then I thought to myself, okay, so what if I didn't give it any meaning at all? What would happen then? And then I just started to have a little bit more peace in my life. I started noticing that anytime that something bad would happen in my life, if I didn't give it meaning, like the world hates me, I'm not good enough, see these things happen to me, as long as I didn't attach a meaning like that to it, I was at peace, I was good. I started to learn that the mind likes to be occupied. It likes to be busy. And if you give it an idea, if you give it a belief, it will look for evidence that that belief is true. So if I start saying things like, man, things like this always happen to me, my brain starts looking for evidence of that and says, see, boom, things like that always happen to us. Then what happens is that my attention is completely focused on the negative. So what I started to do was just say, hey, things happen. That's life. So what I did was I started switching things and either being neutral about it and say, okay, well, it happens. Or I started thinking about it in a more positive way and say, well, good things are always happening to me. And then my attention is more focused on that, which reminds me of another thing that Tony Robbins said, that energy flows where attention goes. If your attention goes towards the negative, then your energy will flow in that direction. If your attention goes to the positive, then all of your energy flows in that direction. Once I got that, I realized that those thoughts, those ideas, they're being fed by my attention. They want my attention. And when I give it my attention, that's when they grab a hold of me and destroy my joy, destroy my happiness. Whereas when those negative thoughts come by and I don't give it my attention, it'll be stronger, it'll demand my attention. But as long as I don't give it my attention, it has no power over me because it doesn't mean anything unless I give it that meaning, and then it's got me. So be careful with your self-talk and be careful with the meaning that you attach to everything that happens in your life, because it will continue to affect you. And be careful not to give the wrong meaning to everything that happens in your life.